Hello, my name is Catherine Montague, and today for my persuasive speech I'm going to be talking about children and vaccinations. And I'm going to start off by asking you whether or not you think that all children should be vaccinated. And I think that this is a question that has been around for many years, ever since the smallpox vaccination was introduced. And I think that it's coming out, and a lot of people are discussing their opinions on whether or not children should be vaccinated. So I think that this is a very important topic because this is an issue that affects everyone. So as a parent, some believe that you have the right to do whatever you want when it comes to your child and your child's health, while other people and other parents believe that yes, every parent does have the right to choose what they do or don't do with their child, but what if it ends up affecting a community or more than just that one person and that person's child? So it's always been difficult to decide whether or not an individual's rights outweigh the rights of a community or a group of individuals. So it's hard to find that fine line, and in America we're more of an individualistic culture compared to China and other European countries that are more of a collectivist culture, where the good of the community is more important than the good of a single individual. So in America we're blessed with this freedom to choose, but how do you know what the right choice is, especially when it comes to the health of your child? As a parent, you're always going to be concerned about your child's health, whether your child's eating enough, sleeping enough, growing like they should, and what about vaccinations? You're asked about whether or not you want to vaccinate your child right when you're in the hospital. Your child is just a few hours old and the nurses are asking whether or not you want to vaccinate. What? It's a huge, decision, and it's hard to know what to do unless you're informed. So some parents believe that it's immunizations that cause your child to become ill, while other parents believe that immunizations are what prevent your child from becoming ill. And I believe that immunizations have prevented a lot of children from becoming sick, and it's possible that in children that have died after getting their immunizations, that it's due to poor sanitation and other extenuating circumstances, that it's not directly from the vaccination. So eradication of all of these diseases would be ideal. It's always the goal, but out of all the vaccinations that we get, only smallpox has been eradicated. So potentially if parents choose to vaccinate their children, then other infectious diseases also have the potential to be eradicated, and an effective vaccine will be able to be created so that the disease can completely be done with. But it requires a lot of people to cooperate with the vaccination program, and in today's world I feel like that's not really happening anymore. The disease that excuse me, that is wanting to be eradicated next is polio, which has still been a global challenge, although type 2 polio has been eliminated globally. So diseases can be eliminated locally without global eradication, and there are also a lot of risks that come with not vaccinating your child. I'm going to kind of read a little bit of a story that I found online from a woman who wasn't vaccinated as a child. And she's from the 70s. She wasn't vaccinated, but she was brought up in an incredibly healthy home, very healthy diet. She said that she wasn't allowed to have sugar until she was a year. She was breastfed for over a year, ate only organic and homegrown vegetables, raw milk, no MSG, no additives. She grew up next to a farm, walked everywhere, did sports, drank plenty of water, wasn't even allowed pop. Even her juice that she drank as a child was watered down so that it would protect her teeth. So She was only allowed to eat organic local meat maybe once or twice a week, and her mother and father made everything from scratch. So as healthy as her lifestyle seems and sounds, it sounds pretty perfect to me. She contracted measles, mumps, rubella, a type of viral meningitis, a whooping cough, yearly tonsillitis, and chickenpox. And some of those diseases are vaccine preventable. In her 20s, she got HPV and spent 6 months of her life wondering how she was going to tell her children under the age of 7 that mom might have cancer. So having the natural immunity sterilized out of us just doesn't cut it for her. Lastly, most importantly for her, knowingly exposing your child to childhood illnesses is cruel. Even without complications, these diseases aren't exactly pleasant. I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy watching children suffer with a cold or a hurt knee. If you've ever had these illnesses, you don't know how awful they are. Pain, discomfort, the inability to breathe or to eat or to swallow, fevers, nightmares, itching all over your body, losing so much weight you can't walk, and the quarantine of missing school, missing parties, the worry, sleepless nights, tears, blood, midnight visits to the ER, and sitting in a doctor's waiting room on your own because no one will sit near you because they don't want to contract the disease or to have their children contract the disease. For me, it's pretty simple. I would never want to put my child or any other child that my son comes in contact with at risk for any of those terrible symptoms or any of these terrible diseases. I know that vaccinating my child is what's best for me and my family, and I would hope that people would become informed to come to the same conclusion.